Good evening, I'm Mohammed Moiz from Istanbul and this is Turkey's Economic Brief. This week I will be discussing two issues with you. First is the continued developments on the Turkish lira. As we saw this week, the Turkish lira continued to decline. It is down to 3.87 against the US dollar right now. And as we await for the investment outlook of the Fitch credit rating agency, it is expected to decline some more because of the negative outlook that the rating will have, which is expected to have actually. The Central Bank of Turkey actually took some measures this week. In the meeting on Tuesday, they actually decided not to increase the interest rates, whereas they increased the upper limit of the interest rate by 75 base points from 8.5 to 9.25%. However, it has not had an impact, or it has not really decreased the decline of the lira, and it fell, as I mentioned this week, it fell again. It was in 3.70s last week, and then it came down to 3.87 right now. As we wait for Fitch's rating, the hopes are really low at this point because the rating is predicted to be negative, which will basically have a negative impact on the Turkish lira, and the Turkish lira may continue to decline in the following weeks. On another hand, in addition to the decline of the lira, the inflation rates in Turkey are expected to rise significantly. We already see this in the food prices in Turkey. They have risen from the beginning of the year, and because the food sector is very volatile, it has a price volatility, high volatility, it will continue to increase. This is what the analysts are expecting, at least. And the second issue, we come to the referendum. As we know that Turkey is planning a constitutional change, and this past week, or last week actually, in the House, it was passed with 339 votes. And now it is a public referendum which will be held most likely in April. And I basically just want to run down some of the changes that we're going to have from the parliamentary system that Turkey has right now, and the presidential system that they are actually trying to change it into. So first we look at the Prime Minister's office and the cabinet will be abolished. So currently it's a parliamentary system, so the head is basically the Prime Minister. But it will soon be abolished with this change, and the president will be basically the head of the country. And secondly, the president will become the head of the executive branch and will be able to issue decrees. Third, the president will be allowed to retain ties to a political party. So currently, the president cannot retain ties to any party while he's the president. This will change in the future if this new system is to come. Fourth, the presidential and parliamentary polls will be placed simultaneously, and they will be held every 5 years. Currently, they're held every 4 years, the parliamentary polls, but in the future, with these changes, they will be held every 5 years. So this will give the president a maximum of 2 terms, 10 years, for 10 years. The parliament will lose its right to interpellation. This is very important actually, because interpellation is the formal right the parliament has to question the decisions that the government is making. So it can supervise basically what actions are being taken by the government. The parliament will lose this right after the referendum. And the president will have a criminal liability, which is actually really good. So he is liable for the decisions that he makes. And the president will have broad authority over the High Council of Judges and Prosecutors. So the referendum will be held in a few months. Most likely it will be held in April. A majority will be required to pass the referendum and bring the new constitution, bring the presidential system. Something interesting is that a research center in Ankara, Objective Research Center, they have actually conducted research on this issue, and they have found that 60% of their participants voted for a change of the constitution. So they would want the new constitution to be adopted. And the research actually included 2,340 participants from 31 provinces. The research is somewhat credible. Of course, it's credible within those provinces, but we should remember that Turkey has 81 provinces in total. And of course, whatever decision is made will be based on a majority of those. And we hope that the presidential system, actually, if there are changes, it will have a positive impact on the economy, because decisions will be taken much faster, and many laws will not take long parliamentary process. They will not have to go through that to basically go through that to become a reality. So the decision process will be much faster, and they will be implemented. The laws and the changes in the economy, or in whatever way the changes are, they will be implemented very quickly. With that, we do hope that it has a positive impact, and that it has a positive impact on the economy and on everything else that Turkey is doing right now. And with that, I say good evening to you. Thank you very much.